Have you ever stood in front of your closet, stare at one shirt, and felt like the day was a battle already lost? Just you, a shirt. The eternal question, do I wear the brave one or the invisible one? That tiny moment tells a bigger story. It's the story of how our day starts, how our choices whisper to our brains. Small things stack up, and before you know it, you either have a winning streak or you've given your power to a pajama. This is not a pep talk, not the shout it from the rooftops kind. Think of it more like a coffee chat at 6:30 a.m., where both of us are half awake and honest. I want to tell you a story about how a winning mentality gets built quietly, stubbornly, and how it stands up when life decides to be dramatic. Picture this: a man named Teo. Ordinary. Loves jollof rice. Terrible at remembering birthdays. He's late for a meeting. Of course he is. He runs out the door, fumbles his keys, and drops his phone in a puddle. Classic Monday. He looks at the sky. The clouds are smug. Teo could scream. He could punish everyone within earshot. He does something else. He takes a breath. He laughs. Not because it's funny, because the moment needs breaking. He tells himself, this is a story for the grandchildren. He doesn't have grandchildren, but it helps. Then he dries his phone, borrows his neighbor's old charger, and gets on with the meeting. It wasn't perfect. It was functional. It was a win. That tiny breath, that choice to laugh, that's the kernel of a winning mentality. Winning doesn't mean never falling. It means falling with a plan. It means getting up in a way that makes the next step possible. So let's walk through how to build that, step by patient step, with a few laughs along the way. Step 1. Start small. Really small. We over-romanticize big leaps. We imagine overnight success like a dramatic movie montage. But real wins are micro. Make your bed. Brush your teeth. Pour one full glass of water. These are tiny statements to your brain. I can finish things. One habit I stole from an athlete friend. The 3-minute rule. If you dread something, do it for 3 minutes. Cook for 3 minutes. Write the first 3 minutes. Call the person. 9 times out of 10, once you start, you keep going. Momentum loves company. Step 2. Reframe your failures. You will fail. You will trip on stage. You will send the wrong email. You will burn the plant. Don't make failure a prison. Make it a training ground. Ask one short question. What happened and what does it teach? Not why me, but okay and now. My uncle once tried to sell yam chips. He thought it would explode in Lagos. It did not. The chips tasted like sawdust. He could have quit. Instead, he asked customers 2 things: what they liked, what they hated. He changed the recipe. He didn't lose dignity. He gained a recipe. That's the difference between a fixed mind and a winning mind. Step 3. Build rituals, not rules. Rules are heavy. Rituals are light. Rules feel like punishment. Rituals feel like armor you put on. A ritual says, I respect myself enough to show up. It can be as goofy as doing a 5-second dance before your Zoom call, or as simple as a sticky note on your mirror. You've got this. Rituals create cues for your brain. They anchor you when storms come. Step 4. Train your inner voice. Pay attention to the voice in your head. Is it a harsh coach or a kind referee? The winning mind doesn't tolerate cruelty. It corrects gently and moves forward. Replace, I'm a failure, with this didn't work yet. The word yet is magic. It stretches your future and annoys your self-doubt. Here's a practical trick. Talk to yourself like you would to someone you love. Cheesy? Maybe. Effective? Definitely. Would you tell your best friend they're useless after one mistake? No. So don't tell yourself that either. Step 5. Practice public modesty and private bravado. Be modest about your wins in public. Be loud about them in your notebook. Celebrate privately. Keep a win list. Stupid, tiny wins count. You paid a bill on time. Write it down. You smiled at a stranger. Add it. Over time, you'll have a dossier of proof that you are, in fact, not a disaster. Now a story break. You remember Teo? 2 months later, he's trying to run a small team. One morning, a server crashes. Panic ensues. He could have flailed. He could have blamed. Instead, he did the 3-minute trick. He drank water, scribbled a plan on a napkin, told the team one clear sentence. We fix this step by step. Then he made a joke about the server being on vacation. The tension melted. The server turned out to be an electrical plug. Teo's calm spread like a good detergent. They fixed it. He laughed about it. At the end, with a plate of jollof as a reward. That's the surprising power of composure. Step 6. Embrace the boring work. Nobody posts videos of someone doing the 10,000th practice. But that's where the gold is. The winning mind respects repetition. It knows that skill is a deposit, not a lottery ticket. Want resilience? Practice small resistances. Say no to one distraction a day. Make one hard phone call. Build your tolerance for discomfort like a muscle. It will help you not just survive surprise, but to dance with it. Step 7. Choose your allies carefully. Your people matter. Optimism is contagious. So is doom. Your circle doesn't need to be big. It needs to be sane. Find one person who will tell you the truth with love. Find someone who will celebrate the ridiculous wins, like finishing a page or finally assembling that IKEA table without crying. Together, you will fold the impossible into manageable parts. Step 8. Keep a bright why. When the rain pours, remember the sun you're walking toward. Not a vague success. A clear why. A face. A cause. A tiny picture. For some, it's a child's laugh. For others, a dream kitchen. For someone else, perhaps it's the relief of dusty books finding a home on a shelf. Keep that image taped in your mind. When your energy fades, that image recharges you. Now, let me tell you about a turning point. This is my favorite part. It's slightly ridiculous and totally true. There was a woman named Amaka. She runs a bakery. She's a perfectionist. Every cake is a performance. One Saturday, she had 3 weddings. 3. In the middle of frosting, the generator died. No lights. No mixers. No music. The staff started panicking. Amaka closed her eyes. Her inner critic shouted, "This is the end of your reputation." She breathed. She grabbed 2 tables, a flashlight, her aunt's old hand mixer, and a crate of oranges. She improvised. They made a sponge by hand. They used orange zest because the electric oven was taking a nap. The guests loved it. They thought it was intentionally rustic. One bride cried happy tears and invited Amaka to her family dinner for life. Amaka later said, half laughing, "I learned that day that my oven is not the boss of me." The team laughed too. That turning point, generator down, improvisation up, became their secret sauce. Not because the cake was perfect, because Amaka proved she could make a celebration happen, no matter what. The funny bit? Later, Amaka started intentionally practicing generator-less drills. She'd shut off the power for 20 minutes and see what her team could do. It was ridiculous. It worked. It trained them to be calm and inventive. They became a team that stood steady when others would crumble. The point here is, winning mentality is built in the moments you practice not winning. It's born in rehearsals for disaster. It's the muscle that grows when you choose to respond rather than react. Okay, quick practical checklist. No lectures, just gestures you can use tonight. 1 micro ritual. Do a 2-minute clear the brain exercise before bed. Write 3 wins from the day. Sleep on them. 1 language tweak. Add yet to your sentences. I can't do this yet. 1 behavior. The 3-minute start. When you dread something, start it for 3 minutes. 1 environment change. Declutter 1 surface. A clean spot reduces cognitive load. 1 social move. Tell 1 person a small honest win. Brag. Privately. Celebrate. And now, the turning realization. This is the part where I ask you to picture something silly. Imagine your mentality is a pair of shoes. Not fancy ones. Your everyday shoes. Right now, they might be worn at the heels. Maybe they squeak. Sometimes they give you blisters. You have 2 choices. Buy new shoes every time they get dirty. Or patch them. Polish them. Walk in them until they shape to your feet. The winning mentality is the pair you train. It takes time to shape. It gets scuffed. But eventually they fit so perfectly that you forget they're doing the hard work. They carry you farther. They make the journey feel possible. Here's the secret. The shoes don't become magical. You do. The quiet decisions. The small wins. The way you speak to yourself. The people you call when you're wobbling. That's what stitches the soul. So where do we end? With sandwiches. Yes, sandwiches. Because life is easier with snacks. Also, Because good habits are like making a sandwich every morning. Layers, bread, something crunchy, a little spice. No, it's not glamorous, but you can eat it. You can share it. It fills you. Make your sandwich. Put one brave thought in it. One small ritual. One friend who will cheer without theatrics. And a silly plan for when the generator dies. You won't wake up fully formed. Nobody does. You'll have clumsy days. You'll have days when your brain acts like a misbehaving goat. That's okay. Keep your yet. Keep your napkin plans. Keep the 3-minute start. Laugh when you drop your phone. Make jokes about your server going on vacation. Fold your mistakes into recipes. Keep the jollof warm. If you take one thing away, let it be this. A winning mentality is not armor that makes you invincible. It's a posture that lets you stand when the wind tries to flatten you. It's a warm, stubborn kind of hope that keeps showing up. And if all else fails, wear the brave shirt. It might be a lie, but sometimes a small lie becomes the truth. All right, friend, go make a tiny, ridiculous ritual. Try the 3-minute rule tomorrow morning. And if you ever need to borrow my imaginary neighbor's charger, I'll lend it. Maybe I'll also bring jollof. You got what it takes. Not because you're perfect, because you keep starting. And that, my friend, is everything.